The International League of People's Struggles, ILPS Commission 10, strongly condemns the bloody massacre led by the Philippines Army in Toboso, Negros Occidental, and the continuing state terror imposed upon marginalized communities in Negros Island. The armed forces of the Philippines military operations in Toboso, Negros Occidental, brutally killed 19 people, and among those were journalists, community researchers, youth leaders, pheasants organizers, and human rights defenders. Out of the 19 killed, only 10 were armed combatants, as already acknowledged by the CPP's leadership. Contrary to the AFP's narrative that all of those killed were fighters of the new People's Army. The lies and terror tagging of the Philippines Army are aimed to cover up their violence and ruthlessness against civilians while taking cue from the US-designed counterinsurgency guide. At the backdrop of this violence are the Ati indigenous peoples of Negros Island facing displacement and repression linked to destructive projects. Hacienda Asia Plantations Incorporation's expansion of a 6,652 hectare palm oil plantation in the town of Candoni, Negros Occidental, will displace approximately 1,000 families, many of whom belong to the indigenous communities. The residents reported that the military and police assist HAPI in destroying their sugarcane, corn, and pineapple crops, and they experience surveillance, intimidation, and indiscriminate firing of weapons by the Philippines Army. Negros Island is subject to a lot of development aggression projects, which is one of the many reasons why it is heavily militarized. This atrocity is not an isolated incident. It is rooted in a long history of state violence, militarization, land grabbing, and impunity directed against indigenous peoples, pheasants, workers, and national minorities who defend their ancestral lands, livelihood, and their rights. We express our deepest condolences to the families of the victims and the affected communities who continue to face repression. We honor those whose lives were taken and affirm that their memory strengthens the people's resolve to fight for justice. Justice for the victims of the Toboso massacre. Defend Negros Island.